Shinobu Hindered. Welcome to the Valder Beebe Show, and happy
Thank
holidays.
you. Happy holidays.
Well, you're going to talk about something I think is so interesting, over-the-counter non-spending, as I'm calling it. So tell me about those allowances that I hear them marketed, but maybe the customers aren't taking advantage of them?
Yes, and among the 65 and older population, Medicare Advantage has become the most popular form of Medicare. Most of these plans offer an over-the-counter or OTC allowance benefit. This provides an average of $400 in annual allowances to pay for certain non-prescription items, plus important health and wellness items. I'm teaming with Kenvue, the company that brings you several iconic brands such as Tylenol, Neutrogena, Band-Aid brand, and more to remind people of the importance of taking advantage of this benefit to support everyday care routines. It's estimated that billions in over-the-counter allowances don't get used each year, meaning that approximately 70% of these OTC benefits never get spent.
Okay, let's back up a little bit because I did a little survey. I always love my team to do that and ask people what was the acronym OTC, because my audience is made of people born between 1946 and 1964, affectionately known as boomers. So many people didn't know what OTC was. So would you define that for us?
Over-the-counter non-prescription items. So items that you get at the pharmacy. For example, it could be Tylenol 8-hour arthritis pain relief. You don't need a prescription for that. That's considered over-the-counter.
So we're saying they're not being spended, and if I'm correct, I heard you say like 70% of the recipients are not spending their over-the-counter. So what is the message you want to give these people who have access to this?
Well, practicing everyday care is important for long-term health, and Medicare Advantage members should be aware of how they can use these over-the-counter or OTC benefits for just that. So it's crucial to make the most of these benefits while you can. What they can do is check with a Medicare Advantage provider to understand how often they receive a new balance of these OTC allowances. As benefit does not roll over, so any unused funds will expire on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. And they need to check with their provider to understand how these allowances are granted to them.
Oh, in my audience, I'm speaking with Shinobu Hindered. She's a financial expert. She's an author. She's the author of Investing in Your Superpower. And she's the creator of Empowering Plan LLC. Okay, Shinobu. So when you get a Medicare Advantage plan, this comes in the plan. So does that give your plan a little more, we'll say, wealth?
Yes, because by investing in your everyday healthcare routines, it has added benefits. So it's in the best interest of these providers to give this to you. And there's different ways that members can use these OTC allowances. They can order through a catalog, online, or by mail or phone order. The provider should have a catalog or a website listing eligible products. There's receipt reimbursement for some, and there's an OTC debit card that may be provided to purchase eligible items in a separate transaction. But before making an order, always be sure to read your plan for product eligibility and allowance usage, because plans do vary. So if you're talking to your friend, they do it one way, double check that this is how your plan actually accepts this.
Okay, I'm going to take this question from Instagram. People listen, watch, hear in various methods. And on Instagram, the poster wants to know in 2025, should they get an increase in their over-the-counter spending, or will it stay the same? Good question.
That's a great question, and every plan is going to vary. So they want to check with their provider to see what is upcoming for 2025. Is my benefit expiring on a monthly basis? Do I get a new allowance quarterly, semi-annually? Because that could be different as well. And you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of it, because again, those unused funds do not roll over.
Okay, so they need to know if their plan has the over-the-counter, and I guess pursue it from that point on. Where do they find out more information about this? I'm surprised people don't know more about this.
I think it's because when people are comparing plans, they're checking for the primary are my doctors covered? Are my prescriptions covered? What am I going to be paying? And we kind of leave this to the side. So do ask, because it is out there. To learn more about Medicare Advantage and eligible products from Kenvue, visit kenvue.com/US/medadvantage.
Shanubo Hinder, this has been so informative. I'm so glad. This is why I get to do the Valder Beebe Show, because I find great souls like you to tell us what we need to know. Have a happy holiday.
Thank you, Valder. You too.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.